Welcome to Final Film Productions, and we are today talking about 24. And we're talking about why 24, the new season, hasn't happened and what is holding it back. We've already had 9 seasons of 24. Well, you could include 10 if you want to include the spin-off series 24 Legacy. Well, for the sake of this video, we're going to call 9 seasons of the Jack Bauer led seasons of 24. And since they've released 24 Love Another Day, which was premiered in 2014, we have seen no more 24 since that, except for the spin-off series Legacy, which didn't really do well, critically, in terms of the audience and the fan base. I don't believe, if maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but I think the general reaction of that season was that it was very average, and to some people they thought it was even worse than average. They did bring back Carlos Bernard as Tony Almeida, which I think was probably the only thing that interested me, because without the original cast, you had some good actors in there, but it just felt like 24 without the people that you know and love. And somebody like Tony helped the season, but he wasn't in it nearly enough for it to really improve it. So it was in 2014, and it didn't do that well ratings wise. There's been talks about it since, about more 24. Would Kiefer Sutherland come back? And in fairness to Kiefer Sutherland, throughout the years, the past few years anyway, that I've been following and trying to figure out any news from 24, he's always seemed like he was open to it if the script was good. He's even came out just recently there with an interview, and he has said that he wouldn't mind coming back. Kiefer Sutherland said recently in an interview with Variety, he says, it was actually GQ magazine, he says, "I miss it. It was an incredible experience. I've learned that you're better off not being definitive about your answer of whether you will do something or not do something. I love playing that character. I do believe the story is unresolved. If something were to be written that made sense to me and I thought it was going to contribute to the franchise, then I would be behind it, even if my participation in that were to be limited." So, if you're going to bring back Jack, I think his I can't say the word today. Participation shouldn't be limited. I think he should be again leading the show. So that's the main, because a lot of people say, if you're like with Prison Break, which I believe is Fox as well. Prison Break, I think they wanted to do another season, but the lead actor, Wentworth Miller, he has said that he doesn't want to come back because of personal reasons around him being gay, and he doesn't want to play any non-gay characters going forward. So that's a show where they want to bring it back, but they don't have the lead actor, and I believe other actors said that they won't come back without Wentworth Miller for Prison Break. So you can kind of understand why you wouldn't, after all these years, not bring back Prison Break. Because you don't have the lead actors don't want to come back. Whereas with 24, we have Kiefer Sutherland saying on numerous occasions that he would want to come back. And we even have an interview here with Carlos Bernard, who played Tony Almeida. And this is from, I believe this was last year, but I think it may have been last year. He was asked this is on the Be More Super podcast. He was asked about bringing back 24, and Carlos Bernard says that he would want to come back as well if it was ever to happen. So this is a little snippet from that interview.
And the question you probably get asked all the time, do you think we'll ever get you and Kiefer and the band back together for another season?
I don't know. I'm kind of shocked that they haven't. They did Legacy, which is, I'm not sure. I think Kiefer would do it. I can't remember. I think the last time I talked to him, that there was a point where he didn't want to ever do it again, and then he, I don't know. I can't speak for him, but I don't know. I guess it's possible. They got to do it soon before I'm like using a cane walker.
You'll be.
So yeah, there's Carlos Bernard with a recent interview, and he he's pretty. His reaction is, well, like, why haven't they done it already? So he wants to come back, and you have Kiefer. So those are essentially the two main guys that haven't been killed off. Those are the two main characters from the show the fans know and love. I mean, you have obviously you have Mary Lynn Razcup. I'm terrible at pronouncing her name. Sorry about that. Chloe from the original series. I haven't been able to find any interviews with her recently on whether she would want to come back. I get a sense that she probably wouldn't mind coming back, but that's just me speculating. I think with Kiefer Sutherland it's different because he was always given, the lead. He's in every episode. He's in nearly every scene. So his participation was always up for debate because, as Carlos Bernard says, there was a time when Kiefer didn't want to come back. So anyway, you have two, or at least I believe probably three of the main characters are still alive. I mean, spoilers for 24 if you haven't watched all the seasons yet. But they killed off David Palmer. That they've killed off. They've killed off really a lot of characters that you might believe that they could bring back, and a lot of them they killed off. So you have only two or three main ones that you could bring back and really center a whole season around. Obviously, they're going to bring in new characters as well. But the video I'm just making today is the question of why is this season not happen? Why is there so much? Why is it so slow to get it made? If all the main characters and main actors actually want to come back, it's bizarre to me. I mean, if you want. I mean, the process of what's going on back behind the scenes of 24 is really quite bizarre because there was a story a couple of years ago. This was back in 2017. The end of 2017. There's an article here of the playlist. I do remember this news story coming out, and I was baffled by it at the time, and it thankfully never got made. Essentially they wanted to make a 24 spin-off where the series would focus on a female prosecutor who is working to save a death row inmate facing execution by uncovering a grand legal conspiracy. And so they were going to keep with the 24 formula of in real time, set in the day, but there was obviously going to be, I presume there was going to be no Kiefer Sutherland, no Carlos Bernard, no Tony, Jack, Chloe. It was just going to be a completely separate story, but using the 24 kind of real time formula, and it's quite bizarre. I mean, it's not an awful idea if you look at it like a courtroom series, legal drama. It's not actually a bad idea, but the question is why are they wanting to do all these spin-offs? I mean, they did Legacy, which nobody was falling over themselves to see any more of. Then they tried to make this courtroom show a few years ago, and I presume it didn't take off. I don't think they've got very far with it. It could be wrong on that. So now I wonder, because all these networks are looking for popular IPs and shows to bring back and boost up their ratings. So you really would wonder why they haven't brought 24 back. What do you think? Do you think we're going to get more 24? And what would you want this season to be around? Would you want a 24 that only has Jack in it a little bit, or would you? I think it's a stupid question, but would you want Jack to be the center of the show again? Should Tony be a big part of it? And who else would you like to see back? Let me know in the comments, and if you'd like to see more 24 related videos, please let me know. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.